Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're playing some MegaMek, starting off with this battle that we started last week. And a quick couple of notes before we begin. The weather has become inclement to say the least. There's been an advisory saying we may lose power if the wind knocks down a tree in the wrong spot. So hopefully that doesn't become an issue. Also, I've been a bit under the weather this week, so hopefully that also doesn't become an issue. The plan is, yeah, I'm wearing a coat. I'm trying not to run the heater during the stream so that it doesn't come through on the mic as much as possible. So I did turn the thermostat down, and I'm expecting it to get kind of chilly. In the meantime, I'm actually a little warm, if I'm honest. Um, but yeah, I figured overly warm was better than overly cold, so jacket it is. Let's see. Other quick note, something that might become an issue during the stream. There's been a stray cat that's been coming around. He's a gray cat. We don't have a name for him yet, but he does not get along with our girls. But as cold as it is out there, if I hear him at the door, I'm going to let him in. And that means that I may need to take a minute or two to break up a cat fight. Again, hopefully it doesn't become an issue. I don't know if he has a home other than the streets. So hopefully he's got some parents that are taking care of him tonight. But I'm not sure. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up that that could become a thing. We're picking up where we left off. We were in the middle of this orbital defense base, which we had been doing quite a number on. I think we've already got them down to about 67% of their forces. We're rather muddled in together. There's a lot happening in a small area. We've already destroyed this LRM turret. We've destroyed several tanks and a cicada. This Crusader here is about to go down. This foot platoon is down to its last 3 guys. This Griffin is undamaged, and we do have 2 sensor returns here that I'm not sure. I don't recall what those are going to be. So I'm going to try approaching those with caution. That said, go ahead. We'll place our players now. And I think Ash, I might want to hold off on Ash. Ash is in worse shape than anyone else. Down to 3 armor on that left torso. Now, Ash is, this archer is an energy boat. It's replaced the LRMs with medium lasers. So I'm not worried about an ammunition explosion, but I still don't want to try and take any internal damage if I don't have to. You know what I mean? So I think I'm going to try to hold off on Ash. I'm going to try to sync some initiative, maybe get a feel for what the Griffin is going to do, maybe try to suss out what these sensor returns are. Oh, there are 3 sensor returns, so at least one of them is a tank, we know that. Might be time to start breaking away and getting a little distance. Big Fluffy, hey, finally got to check out your stream. Hey, it's good to have you here. I don't know when you're planning on streaming, if you're planning on streaming tonight or anything, how long you'll be able to stay, but it's good to see you. I've heard your reputation precedes you, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's absolutely good to have you here. Always nice to welcome another member of the streaming community. I know that there aren't many of us, but I feel like we all bring a little something to the table in our own style. Some terrifying mech deaths, huh? Oh, I'm intrigued. curious to know what kind of mech deaths we're talking about. Are we talking about like fantastic, uh, extraordinarily uncommon rare dice rolls, or are we talking gutsy maneuvers like a death from above that lands on his head? I'm guessing all of the above. From what I've heard, we had a mission and lost 6 of 10 pilots. That sounds brutal. That sounds absolutely horrible. um, and I'll be honest, that does not sound like my kind of game. I don't like losing units in a campaign setting. Now, in a one-off game, that's totally different. If I'm not worried about keeping my people alive beyond the current mission, I'm willing to be a lot more. I'm a lot more willing to let things happen to my people if I know that there are no lasting consequences. But 6 out of 10, and I understand that is lasting consequences. Okay, so we've got a dragon, a warhammer, the griffin has moved, and we've still got 2 sensor returns here. 6 out of 10, that's a lot. Okay, 2 building, construction factor 36, so we're not going to land on it. Some of the others just limped off the field also. I I wish I knew that was a tank. I would jump there, I think. No, we're gonna continue falling back. Oh man. I can't imagine having to roll up a new character after every mission. I mean, I can. It's not that hard in this game. It just assigns the stats of 4 or 5, and if you're lucky, you get an SPA. Oh, can't jump out of water. One of the guy's pilots was over a year and a half old. Oh my goodness, that hurts. That hurts me, and I'm only hearing about it. I can only imagine how it felt for that guy. I'm guessing he had plenty of XP and everything else as well. Needs 4s. Can we do that? Can we get a pair of 4s? Yes, we can. A year and a half. Good lord. I mean, I've lost pilots after playing them a year and a half, but you expect it to happen once in a while. But that, oof. In a campaign like that, in a what I call a D&D style campaign where it's one DM and several players, and each player is attached to one character, that's got to sting so much more. When I'm playing, at least, I've got 12 characters, so losing one of them is less painful. But did I see 49.11? I did not, actually. I haven't been over on the website in quite some time. I heard that 49.10 was, oh, it dropped today. I heard 49.10 was, prettier, was the word that I believe was used. A lot more easier to read, with a lot more information. I understand it has some stability issues. Does 49.11 fix some of those stability issues, I'm guessing? Crusader falls and takes 7 to the center torso, avoids pilot damage. We run 49.10. I had heard that 49.8 and 49.9 had stability issues. 49.10 was supposed to be a little better. That's before moving our campaign. Okay. And of course, these are all on Java 11, I'm assuming. All the 49s, I believe, were Java 11. .11 supports 17 now. 17 Java 17? Is that a thing? I thought Java 11 was the newest Java. What happened? Am I that far behind? We're gonna unload on this Warhammer on 6s, because we can. 6s and 8s, putting us at 1 heat. Mr. McGorilla, hi, how is it going? Good day to you, and I hope you are well. That said, you got here just in time to miss the announcements and jump right into the action. We've been joined by Big Fluffy 10,000, who's telling me that 49.11 dropped today, and that is exciting news. We were also discussing his last mission where they lost 6 out of their 10 pilots, which, you know me, that's pretty against my nature. I'm gonna put MegaMek on new computer because I don't want old Java. New Java. I hope they can find them again. I don't think they're. Oh, Tentacle Shogun. I totally missed that. I can't stay, but I wanted to hop on and say I'm keeping up with the YouTube videos. I'm very happy I haven't tragically passed into the beyond. Okay, well, I'm glad you've been able to. Feel free to jump on the Discord if you ever get a chance and just drop a line, say hi. Always down to discuss the. I'm glad I'm passably popular. Yeah, if you ever want to hop on and just discuss the latest mission or any of the missions that have transpired, feel free. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so we've got Warwolf. I think maybe wants to finish off the platoon, or no, we've got the Warhammer on 4s. That's just too tempting to pass up. 4s and 8s at long range, 6s with the LRMs, and an 8 with the SRMs. Passably popular, huh? Well, I'm glad. 4s and 6s. Alright, the Warhammer landing both PPCs on the Stalker's left arm and left torso, missing with a medium laser. He is going to be hurting from that. That's 23 heat right there, and he's only got 18 heat sinks. Hoser returning fire at the Warhammer to the right torso and center torso, down to 7 armor on that right side. Large laser to the right arm, down to 12 there. Crusader at the Blackjack lands. Crusader missing the Blackjack, but somebody hit the Blackjack for 4 damage to the right torso. Custom mechs? Yes. Very custom. I've been incorporating advanced tech into basically 3025 machines. And yes, Hoser, you missed on a 5. I'm sorry. For example, the Stalker, generally close to stock, but it's running double heat sinks. With the battle computer, that gives them a heat capacity of 40, which is insane. We've got Hoser's Ride. I can find it. Yeah, there we go. Hoser's Ride is a design that Varenk actually put together for me. In addition to the 3 PPCs and double heat sinks, it adds a large laser and 4 medium lasers. And it has the heat sinks to fire pretty much everything every turn that I can bring to bear. The medium lasers don't come into play often, but and when they do, I generally have to drop one of the PPCs. But still, it's kind of ridiculous. Let's see, the stalker I mentioned. What year am I in? 3048. Yeah, April 3048. And the impression it helps with the Alpha Strike admin, but MegaMek still needs a bit of work done to enable it. Yeah, that's kind of the plan of the clan invasion. We've been working our way northwards. We intend to be in this area when the clan invasion hits. I want to be the tip of the sphere. In the meantime, we're gearing up. We're incorporating all the good 3050 tech into our machines, custom style. Hopefully, we'll have a force that can handle the clans when they arrive. We've been working towards it since, I think we started in 3046, I want to say. Couldn't tell you for sure offhand. And I'm not trying to go through my files to make sure, but yeah, that's kind of the plan, is to just generally gear up and head that way, and just happen to be in the right place at the right time. And yes, pillaging clan weapons is definitely on the agenda. Let's see. We've got the stalker missing the warhammer and hitting the leg, or hitting the building that his legs are behind. Medium laser to the left torso, LRMs to the right arm, LRMs to the building, SRM to the building and the right arm, down to 0 armor on that arm, and to the left torso. Griffin, ouch, hits the blackjack in the right arm with a PPC, critting on the ER large laser. And this blackjack, relatively close to stock, swaps out the autocannon 2s for ER large lasers, double heat sinks. And yeah, we just lost one of those ER large lasers. That's unfortunate. Ash's Archer, we already mentioned, has replaced all the LRMs with medium lasers. Firing those at, I believe that was the flamer turret. Hoping we're not going to do enough damage. It's going to be stuck at 20. Flamer turret firing on Ash, hitting her in the right leg twice, and starting a fire in her hex and the right torso. Blackjack at the Griffin, landing a hit on the right torso, hitting the right arm twice and the left leg twice. So good grouping there. Building collapses due to damage. Stalker took 20 plus, needs a 5, gets an 11. Warhammer took 40 plus, needs a 6, gets a 7. Griffin took 20, needs an 8, gets an 8. That Griffin has a piloting skill of 7. We could maybe take advantage of that. So yeah, Subasa is now down a large laser, which is unfortunate, but not something we can't overcome. We do still have an ER large laser and 4 medium lasers, so we can keep those heat sinks working at least, provided we stay within 9 hexes of a target. Hoser has not got a physical attack. Tsubasa has not got a physical attack. Alright. Hoser is at 1 heat. The Stalker is at 2 heat. Blackjack is at 1 heat. Warhammer is at 7 as predicted. And the Griffin is at 3. So he's not going to be able to do that again this turn. Or next turn. Or he can, but he'll start suffering for it. We've won initiative going into round 8. We're at 92% of our forces. They're at 61% of theirs. Can we reckless and step forward? I want to take some shots at Griffin if nothing else. But unfortunately, we can't get anyone with the flamer turret into close range. Griffin jumped 3 for target movement mod of 2. We're looking at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s. Historically, we have not done well hitting on 5s. Nighttime. It is. I actually intended to re-roll that condition. It was supposed to be a daylight mission, but I did that after I had opened up MegaMek, and I forgot to change the setting to match like the mission brief. So it is, I think, moonless night, or it's not pitch black. I don't think it's either moonless night or full moon night, one or the other. Have boss move next. Maybe try to take cover behind this height 2 building. Okay. So we can take some shots at the Warhammer at medium range, which got PPCs, so he's going to be close range for those, but he's also got 18 heat sinks and 7 points of heat. So yeah, I feel like we can engage the Warhammer from there for this turn. Warwolf can engage Griffin at a range of 3, I want to say. That should put a real hurting on him with the medium lasers and the SRMs. Large lasers are specialized in, so those are likely to hit as well, even at a run. Yeah, I don't. 4 hexes is not ideal. I'd prefer to either walk 3 or run 5, but just to keep that target movement mod up. We don't grab the 4. Ash, I think, needs to jump. We'll jump into these heavy woods here. Maybe kick the Crusader, put some lasers into the foot platoon, or more likely the Griffin. Okay, everyone rolling 10s, which is nice. Okay, Hoser, where's your target? We've got the Griffin on 7s. And it looks like the Griffin on 7s is going to be the best shot we've got. We'll throw in a 9 just because that puts us at 2 heat. Oh, Hoser's taking fire from places. We've got the Dragon and the Crusader both firing on him. Warwolf also at the Griffin on 6s and 8s. It's not as good as I was hoping for. Skip the LRMs, throw in the SRMs, that'll put us at heat neutral. Yeah, I know. Hoser doesn't like having his paint scratched. What do they need to hit? I can find out. LRM10 needs 11, LRM10 needs impossible. Okay, so that's not too much to worry about. And the Dragon LRM10 needs an 11. Okay, so those are more than likely going to go wide. Those are some really difficult rolls to be making. Ash, Dragon in her back. I wonder if he's firing a PPC, or no. That's not a Grand Dragon. That's gonna be what, a medium laser and maybe a PPC? Let's see, we've got the Dragon on 7s, we've got the Griffin on 10s. That's pretty easy. Cadet on 9s. We'll go for the dragon on 7s, just because we're likely to hit with at least 4 of these and maybe knock him down. And Tsubasa, as planned, was going to engage the Warhammer on 8s and 8s and 8s. We'll build up 3 heat for 8s. Alright, the Warhammer. Still going strong against the Blackjack. A PPC to the center torso down to 9 armor. Medium lasers to the right leg and right arm transferring into the right torso. That's unfortunate. I think we also just lost a medium laser. The machine guns miss at least. Hoser at the Griffin hits it in the center torso and then misses with the other 2 and the large laser. Crusader missing on an 11, Dragon missing on an 11. Stalker at the Griffin hits it in the center torso critical, leaving it with 15 structure, getting a crit on the engine. Large laser to the left torso, medium laser to the left leg and center torso. SRMs to the right and left torso. Left arm, right torso, right leg, left torso. That right torso is down to 3 armor, the left torso is down to 6. Ash at the Dragon hits with 2 lasers, both of them glancing blows. I was hoping for more on 7s. That's 2 damage to the right arm, 2 damage to the left arm. Hoser's going to be working on those 7 rolls during next practice. I hope so. Hopefully we can get better better odds than 7s next time as well. Dragon hitting Ash in the right torso with a medium laser, down to 13 armor there. Flamer turret missing on 11s. Blackjack at the Warhammer hits him in the left leg with a large and a medium, down to 2 armor there. Medium laser to the right arm, failing to crit. Blackjack needs a 5 to stay standing, gets a 7. The Griffin needs a 9, gets a 10. He is refusing to go down. We've got no physical attacks for you. I think we're going to be kicking the Crusader 4+. And yeah, it's a full moon night, I see. I could have possibly figured that out sooner, but didn't occur to me until just now when I saw it. Dragon kicking Ash in the right leg for 12, leaving her with 12 structure. Another kick like that, and she'll be going down hard. Ash kicking the Crusader in the left leg for 14, leaving it with 2 armor. And Ash needs a 2 to stay standing because she's stable. Alright, Hoser's at 2 heat. Blackjack is at 3 heat. I don't think that'll be an issue next turn, because we'll be down to 3 lasers. Warhammer is only drops a couple points. He's down to 5. Everyone else is running cool. The Crusader, the Dragon, the Griffin even is running cool. Alright, we've 1 initiative going into round 9. They're at 58%. We're at 90%. Alright. How are we going to play this? I want to get Ash out of there. I want to get Tsubasa out of there. Hoser needs to keep his distance. Warwolf has not been connecting as much as I would like. Let's go ahead. We'll recklessly back up to keep our distance. Need a 3, we should be able to handle that. Tsubasa, same thing. We will recklessly back up and hope we don't roll below a 4. Right. Okay, Warwolf could stay put and just wail on this Griffin at this point. Probably take him down this turn, considering his center torso is down to, I think, 10. Yeah, center torso is down to 10. Ash. How far can we get out of here? This is a height 1 building, this is a height 2 building. Maybe we could get here. That blocks almost everything. I think I like that. And last but certainly not least, Warwolf. We turn to face him. I think we turn 1 hex. Just so we can back up next turn if we need to. Okay, Hoser's got the Warhammer on 5s at medium range. We'll 5s and 7s. We'll go up to 3 heat for a 7. And the Warhammer returning fire on Hoser, presumably with PPCs on 7s. So likely to hit with 1, decent chance of hitting with both. So we'll see how that goes. We might get lucky, you never know. But the odds are against it. We've got Warwolf at the Griffin. Split our fire here. We'll do the medium lasers and the SRMs at the Griffin. We'll do the large lasers at the Warhammer. LRM on 10s. LRM on 4. Yeah, we'll go ahead and fire an LRM at the flamer turret. 3 targets, why not? Ash has sensor return. No. Got this flamer turret on 3s. It's got 20 construction factor, so we'll go ahead and unload all 8 lasers on him. And Tsubasa has shot on this flamer turret, I guess, which is down to 48 structure. We've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4 medium lasers, or 4 lasers left, and we can fire them all day long. Alright, Hoser hits the Warhammer in the right arm, destroying it and transferring into the right torso, leaving it with 3 armor. Next one would have hit the right arm, transfers into the right torso, critting on a small laser. And the third one hits the left leg. The large laser missing. Down to 7 structure on that leg. The Warhammer returning fire at Hoser's right, taking a PPC to the left leg, down to 23 armor there. Stalker at the Griffin hits it in the center torso, critting on the gyro. It's got 5 structure left. We've hit it with 4 SRMs. The left leg, critting on the foot. 1 to the center torso, 2 to the center torso, 2 to the head. Needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 10. If he falls down, I'm going to give it to Warwolf. I mean, if he falls down and dies from the fall, I'm going to give that one to Warwolf. Large laser hits the Warhammer in the left torso. 8 LRMs on the building. Would have caused an ammunition explosion, but that building doesn't have ammunition. Flamer turret missing the Stalker on 11s. Ash at the building hits it with 1, 2, 3, 4, enough to destroy it. Griffin missing the Stalker on a 12, got an 11, came close. Blackjack at the building hits it with the large laser, jamming the turret, and plus 4 damage from a medium laser at extreme range, down to 36 structure. Quad flamer turret destroyed by building collapse. Warhammer needs a 5, gets a 7 to stay standing. Griffin needs to make 4 piloting skill checks for the gyro hit, 2 leg actuator hits, and 20 plus damage. Needs a 13 or better. Lands on his left torso and left arm, so not the center torso. Needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets a 9. Alright, we've got no physical attacks there, no physical attacks there. The Warhammer is at 10 heat now, the Griffin is at 6. We're at 3 and 1 with the Awesome and the Stalker. We're at 90%, they're at 52%. And let me just double check our objectives here. I haven't done that since last week. Destroy or rout 75% of all hostile units present. Okay, well that is simple enough. Oh, wrong button. 75%. We are not there yet. We need to get them down to, what, about 2,600 or thereabouts? Let's get Vasa out of here. Missing an arm. Oh man, it's gonna suck. Put back on, I mean. We'll go ahead. Back up to there and turn. Works for me. Needs a 4. Hopefully we don't fall. Ash is maybe going to wait. Warwolf. Like to continue engaging the Warhammer. Oh, the Griffin bailed out. Yeah, I'm giving the Griffin to Warwolf. We've got Poser has still only taken just that one PPC, I think. We can stand still and let them come to us. Warwolf will recklessly back up. Alright. Blackjack needs a 4, gets a 4, barely. Pilot ejects from the Griffin. Needs a 7 to stay conscious, gets an 8. Stalker needs a 4 for moving recklessly, gets a 9. Alright, Poser, you've got the Warhammer on 4s. Yeah, let's see if we can take us out a Warhammer. And we'll take a 6 as well, and that'll be heat neutral for the turn, leaving us at the same amount we started with, which is 3. Warwolf, you've also only got shots on Warhammer, it looks like, and that on 3s and 7s. Yeah, let's just unload on him as much as we can. Take out this flamer turret. Vasa, you've got your only target is the pilot, it looks like. Unless we can hit this flamer turret? No, outside of visual range. Alright, Hoser at the Warhammer hits it in the right arm, which transfers to the right torso, destroying it and transferring into the center torso. PPC to the right leg down to 5 armor, PPC to the left torso down to 7 structure, large laser to the left arm down to 12 armor there. Warwolf at the Warhammer, large laser to the right leg down to 12 structure, large laser to the center torso, medium laser to the center torso. And again, dang. That's how many potential crits to the center torso did he take this turn and didn't get a single one of them? That's 1, 2, 3, 4 potential crits to the center torso and not a single hit. Oh, but the LRMs finished the job. 5 more damage to the center torso is enough to destroy the Warhammer. Warhammer's dying shot lands a PPC on Hoser's right arm, down to 14 armor there. Ash at the building, which had 36 structure, and killed the crew several times over before just destroying the building entirely. The dragon landing 4 LRMs to Ash's left leg, and the flamer turret is destroyed by building collapse. Got no physical attacks for you, no physical attacks for you. So they've still got the Crusader and 2 dragons. Poser's Right is at 3 heat, Stalker is at 2, everyone else is running cool. We've won initiative going into round 11. They're down to 34% of their forces, so we're getting there. That pilot's making a break for it. He's trying to get off the field. They've got 1 turret left. They've got 2 dragons, a Crusader, a Vedette, and a foot platoon of 3 guys. The time to start advancing again. We could have eyes on that dragon if he stays still. Have eyes on this Crusader. LOS blocked by smoke and woods, so that is a no. That way we get out from under the smoke. I would like to try to finish off this Crusader. Yay for the LRMs, ouch to Hoser, new paint job. If you'd like to pick a new paint scheme, just let me know. I'll be happy to set that up for you. Oh, the Crusader advancing. Two, three. That's through. Is that a light smoke? That's heavy smoke. Okay, well. Yeah, let's concentrate fire on this Crusader. We need a 4 to stay standing. Bossa. Recklessly back up to here. We don't have a searchlight anymore. And Ash, last but not least, we jump. We can get in real close and personal with this Crusader. He's probably not going to be standing after the weapons fire round. And before that, he's got 2 mediums and 2 SRM6s at close range. How many points is this Crusader? He's worth 800. We need to get them down to 2,600 or so. We need to deal 1,000 points worth of damage to them to win this, roughly. That means the Crusader and something else. He's only worth 800. We can get him off the field. Alright, everyone succeeds. Good deal. Go ahead and just to the right, we've got this dragon over here on 5s. That might be our plus. He's undamaged. He's worth 900 points. If we can deal enough damage to him to drop his BV, no, we need to kill like 3/4 of the units, not just drop their BV. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and go for the Crusader. Skip the large. I don't want to be at 5 heat. Warwolf at the Crusader. Or at the dragon on 4s. Thinking the dragon on 4s and 8s. 5s is better. Alright, heat neutral. That works for me. We've got 7s on this guy because we jump. Tsubasa has an 8. Go ahead and throw an 8. Alright. Had to help with groceries. It is 16 degrees outside with lots of wind. Hoser doesn't like all those arrows pointing at him. No, of course he doesn't. We'll see how that pans out. In the meantime, you did just hit the Crusader 3 out of 3 on 4s. Center torso, right torso critical, and right torso critting on a heatsink. The Vedette hits Ash in the left torso. Crusader missing on 11s, 7s, and 8s. Must have an arm actuator busted, I think. Yep, one destroyed arm actuator. Either way, he rolled 4s. He did not roll well. Stalker at the dragon hits it in the center torso, and that low profile quirk. 23 armor remaining on the center torso. Large laser to the right arm. Medium laser to the center torso of the Crusader. Medium laser to the left arm. Left torso blown off the left arm. Center torso critting on the engine. SRMs to the center torso to the head, forcing his second consciousness check, which he fails. 2 damage to the right leg, 2 damage to the head, 2 damage to the head, critting on the cockpit. So SRMs to the cockpit for the kill on the Crusader. The dragon landing an autocannon 5 on Hoser's left torso. 6 LRMs to the left leg and right arm. Dragon missing Ash on 10s and 12s. Ash at the Crusader, which is already dead, and she just obliterates it, destroying the head, destroying the center torso. Yeah, headshot kill. And then the Blackjack missing the Crusader on an 8. We've got no physical attacks for you. No physical attacks for you. Everyone is running cool this turn. We've got them down to 26%. We need literally like 200 more points off of their BV. And Hoser, in case you were wondering what your armor looks like, you've taken 15 to the left leg, and it looks like 11 to the right arm, 5 to the left torso. I think you'll be fine. In case you were wondering. Let's go ahead and reckless you over to here. The paint. Yeah, the paint is a little scratched. Don't worry, we can fix it. Use that as his new paint scheme. Which one? The damage that he's taken? Little pips and pops that he's missing. Actually, I think that's his standard camo scheme right there. Ash, where can we put you? Where your left leg, left torso, or right leg are not in danger. Okay, this Vedette, how many points he worth? 354. If we can kill that Vedette, we can win this. Oh, yellow leg and arm. uh, gray with gray and yellow. That's actually not a bad look, I don't think. Alright, we'll jump to be evasive. We're not worried about heat. What does Hoser want? Do we stand still and just take pot shots at this dragon? I think that might be the plan. In this darkness, I don't think it's gonna be an issue. I like all gray better. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine you would. Um, so we're unloading on this dragon on 2s and 4s. We can't hit the flamer turret. Warwolf. We've got a platoon on 5s. We've got the dragon on 5s. We've got the dragon on 4s. Not very colorful though. No, that is true. It's less than colorful. And a couple of 6s. Minimum range though. Ash at the debt on 9s, so we're likely to hit with 2 of those. More than likely. And Tsubasa has no targets. Alright, Hoser at the dragon. Hits solid hits to the left torso, center torso, and right arm, critting on his main gun, leaving him with 6 structure. A large laser to the right torso. The Stalker at the dragon, hitting him in the left arm twice, both solid hits, critting on his medium laser and his hand. Medium lasers glancing off the right torso and left arm. Medium laser to the center torso, and everything else missing. Everything else being just the missiles. The dragon firing at Hoser's right hits him in the left arm for 5. The archer at the vedette hits it in the front, critting on the sensors, and hits it in the front again, destroying it and injuring the commander. Almost stream time for you. Okay, good luck with the rest of your job. I appreciate that. We will catch you later. I'll make sure and raid at the end of my stream. So hopefully that sends some people your way. Those people who are, currently present and not being talked about as if they're not here. But yeah, have a good stream, and I might be able to swing by for a little bit, but I've actually got some presents that needing to be wrapped, so I'm probably gonna have to jump on that instead. I know I've been. I don't want to say I've been putting it off, but I was in really rough shape this week. So I wasn't up for much of anything until yesterday or so. But yeah, that's enough excuses from me. The dragon landing an autocannon 5 on Hoser's right leg. Rat presence and watch stream. That's actually a really good point. I guess I was just making excuses, wasn't I? 6 LRMs to the right torso and right arm. Dragon finally goes down, needing a 9 gets a 6, takes 6 to the center torso and the right arm. Needs a 9 to avoid damage, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 6. We've got no physical attacks. Yeah, we can kick this soon. But we can hatchet that dragon in the impossible. No, it looks like that's gonna have to be a kick on the infantry. Alright, an attempted kick on the infantry, missed. Killed 1 dude from the stalker, but the archer missed. Needs a 3 to stay standing, gets a 6. Stalker is at 2 heat, dragon is at 3 heat. We got fire burning, and they are at 19.7%. That is enough to call it. Alright, and do we control the battlefield? I'm gonna say yes, we obliterated them. Yes, we controlled the battlefield. Blackjack took moderate damage, which is to say he lost an arm, including an ER large laser. That's gonna be difficult to replace. And Ash took some minor internal damage, but no crits on anything. Let's see. Stalker took looks like a PPC or so to the left torso, a PPC or so to the left arm. Honestly, it was probably medium lasers. I don't remember. Flamer turret did not escape. The dragon. Yeah, he's hurting, but he's not incapable of moving. Let's see. Skulker, the Saracen, the Goblin, the Cicada, the Det. Yeah. Did we capture anyone? We captured one of the guys from the Flamer turret. A couple of the guys from the foot platoon. More than a couple. One of the guys from the Goblin. One of the guys from the LRM-20 turret. One of the guys from the Skulker. The Vedette. Alright, that Griffin goes to Warwolf, which gives him a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kills. In second place, looks like a tie between no, second place goes to Ash with 3, and then third place goes to Hoser with 2. I'm afraid you're just better at softening targets up than finishing them off lately. We did force withdrawal of 75%. So that is mission completed. Check out this campaign state now. We're on track 1. Why is that not? That needs to be removed. Mongolians did their job. We've got hostile force detected. That'll be occurring in a couple of days. Maybe we can get Mariana Lance in on that. Wyvern and Random Guy are actually both hurt still. Hoser just got vehicles, not as cool as painting mechs, but as long as someone else doesn't paint a picture of Hoser's ride on their mech, he is okay with that. That's a good way of looking at it. I appreciate that. As long as no one's painting a picture of him. Alright. And the rest of these guys here go to Elsa. So we are really not pushing the bounds of our medical team. We've got Repair Bay, we've got Wyvern's mech is getting an arm back on. That'll happen tomorrow. Badly hurt was Random Guy. Laceration, a bruise, and some cuts. I think that's 3 hits. That'll be healed in 3 days and 5 days. There's no penalties for his injuries, but his hit points are going to be less than full. Do we send Mariana Lance on this as reinforcements to this mission? Breakthrough. Break through the blocking hostile force. Sandy River. Looking at Galatea Lance, which is Scarponi, Shogun, Nairn Limerick, and Anita bin Israel in the Grasshopper. We've got Sentinel for our house officer deploying in the south. We're deploying also in the south. Primary op for deploying in the center. I've sent out a lot of injured people. I try to avoid it. but I may do it. That is a 0-1 pilot in that Phoenix Hawk LAM. That's going to be worth a lot of points. um, that's also going to be a lot of damage. The LAM Phoenix Hawk has, I think, what, 4 medium lasers, if I'm not mistaken? It's got like a large and 4 mediums instead of the machine guns and everything else. Sentinel might be in trouble. I think everyone else is heavily armored enough they can withstand a couple shots from medium lasers. They've also got a pair of Whitworths, both with 4-4 pilots, a 3-5 and a Griffin, a 3-5 and a Wasp, and a scattering of tanks, including a Saladin with a 3-5, and local naval units. A trio of Mauna Keas and a Silverfin cutter. And we're deploying in the south and traveling to the north. Reach the destination edge with 50% of our forces. Destroy or rout 50% of the enemy forces. Preserve 50% of our forces. Yeah, I might send Mariana Lance on that. We've got a day. Go ahead and just save this post mission. Do we have anything? No, the repair bay is empty except for that one guy. Still empty except for that. Oh, we failed to put the arm back on. We're not going to be able to send that lance in then, I don't think. Personnel market updated. We've got an aerospace pilot and a Sadelitz. Not interested. Maintenance on the quick draw. Oof. I'm seeing almost as much red as green, including ferrofibrous armor down to E. That's not ideal. Banshee 3S, trending upwards barely. Edinburgh attempts to replace Mech right arm, needs a 5 and rolled a 2. Well, we did everything we could, and it still failed miserably. You can send the lance in, you may not be able to deploy the mech that's being repaired. That's a good point, and I might end up doing that. Just send in the 2 mechs that are at full strength. Dang. Let me just check and see how many right arms I still have in stock. Maybe mech right arm, 70 ton. Where's that mech's edge at? Huh. Mechs don't have edge. That was right arm. 70 tons. We've still got 4 of those in stock. Let's go ahead and just buy one more just because we're going to use one in here imminently. Could temporarily reorganize the lands. Could do that. And actually, yeah, no. Everyone else is still deployed. We can't just have them hop from there to there. They've got to come back to base first. And we've got a hostile force detected here as well. Not one of our strategic objectives. Scenario, space interception, hostile aircraft on approach, intercept and destroy. Oh no. I don't like space missions. I'm less familiar with the rules for them. This data center, we've reconned, but we have no intelligence about it. Do we have Ediborg try again? No, Ediborg can't try again just yet. Maybe Chris on a 6, not ideal. What we've got. Meantime, we've got an upper arm actuator that someone could be working on. Lima maybe, or better get Fred Modry with 33 XP. He's about to be elite too. Do we have any techs with edge? Yes, we do. Could I tell you offhand, off the top of my head, which techs have edge? Not so much. But we can check. Chris has a point of edge. Penny does not. Edeborg does not. Fred does not. Loney has a point of edge. Kalima has a point of edge. I think that's going to be it. Yeah. So like 3 techs with edge. And honestly, Edeborg has internal specialist, which brings the target number down by 1 for internal damage and replacing arms and legs and things like that. So I figured needing a 5 or better without edge is probably better than a 6 or better with edge. I don't know. That was just my line of thinking. But in the meantime, we've run out of choices, and it's gonna be a 6 or nothing. Is it going to give me an error message if I try to advance to the 11? Okay, it's I think Hoser wanted a tech with edge to redo the paint job. In a scenario, we've got wing 1, I guess. I don't like this. And we'll pull reinforcements in the form of wing 2. We will send we'll send, you know what? Missing an arm, but it's still for reinforcements. I think we can get away with it. I tell you what, we'll see about getting a tech with edge to paint your mech. If you're back in the hangar before we go on this mission. Scenario breakthrough is today. Deploy a force. Oh, we got the arm on the Wyvern. Wyvern's archer. Trouble is, it's just an arm. No actuators, no armor. Oh, we're gonna lose this arm. Okay, so all the endo steel parts that we can't have. And we did get another right arm. It'll be delivered in 6 days. Okay, so even if we lose this arm, hopefully it won't be the end of the world. We've got more parts on the way. And if nothing else, it's XP. And Hoser is still not back in the repair bay, which is unfortunate. We've got breakthrough today, space interception tomorrow. That arm is just more armor, internal structure armor. I'm gonna try not to lose that arm. I would like to keep it. Now that said, they're deploying in the center. We're deploying in the north and the south. So this is going to be interesting. Our reinforcements should be arriving before round 9 because we've got strategy. Tend to just come from a single direction. I don't like splitting up forces. Yeah, but the thing about reinforcing with a breakthrough mission is that your reinforcements are always going to come from the goal edge, not your deploying edge. And I don't know why they chose to make it that way, but they have my support. Um, I think it's a good dynamic. I also try to stay away from splitting up the forces too much, but in this kind of situation, it I feel is a bit more dramatic. Having your forces who are trying to break through the enemy force, and then you've got your reinforcements who are trying to link up with them and help and assist them. You're forcing your opponent into a two-front battle. I just think it makes for a more dynamic uh, battle, in my opinion. Alright, so these three Mauna Keas, autocannon 10 and LRM 15s. One has two LRM 15s. How it pulled that off? Have less armor? Look like. Just has twice as many LRMs. This Phoenix Hawk LAM is worth 3,600 points almost. That is more than my Warhammer, more than the Atlas, more than the Banshee with the veteran pilot. It's the Wasp we have to worry about. Yes, the Wasp is definitely a threat. Other than the Phoenix Hawk, we've also got a Griffin with a 3-5. We've got the two Whitworths, and then the two Saladins. The Saladins, I think, might be primary targets. They're going to be fast. They're lightly armored. There's a high glass cannon quotient there. One, good stone, and we can take an autocannon 20 off the board. These Mauna Keas should be pretty easy to avoid. Silverfin has a machine gun and some torpedoes. Nothing too spectacular there. Now our reinforcements should all be arriving at least on round 8. Because that's the slowest speed is 3. That's going to be the Banshee and the Atlas. And then +1 for strategy. Okay. Take a look at this map real quick. Oh, we're gonna have a hard time not getting in the water. Oh, wait, this is randomly generated? I thought it was gonna be a, Okay, so there may or may not be a river that we have to cross. If there is, the Orion, the Warhammer, and the Marauder are all going to have trouble getting across there. It's going to slow them down significantly. Well, there may be any rerolls that we've got. We do have one reroll. Oh, and it's going to be light fog. So that's going to affect the lasers, unless I'm mistaken. And it's also going to put a cap on visibility, 14 hexes if I recall. We could re-roll that, but I don't think I'm gonna. I think this is gonna be interesting enough as it is. Let's go ahead and do that. Everyone's at 100%. We've lost initiative going into deployment phase. Okay. So yeah, there is a river to be crossed. And there are not many places to cross it easily. I'm looking at here. I'm looking at here. That Phoenix Hawk will have high movement modifiers, but in general pretty squishy if I remember right. I'm hoping you're right. I'm hoping it's squishier than I remember, because I remember him being, I wouldn't say on the tough side, but um, I mean for a 45 tonner, it's not lightly armored, if I recall. Oh wait, it's a 50 tonner with the LAM. Let's start with the Orion, I think, and we're gonna try to make our way up this 10 column and hang a right in these woods to get across there. Right. Yeah, 50 tonner. Um, Absolutely right. So if they've got naval units in this water and they're deploying in the center, it would make sense for us to hole up a little bit, let them come to us, let our reinforcements approach from the north. What I'm thinking. So yeah, we'll have the Marauder. No, this is not a PVC Marauder. This is a medium pulse laser Marauder. You want to be up close and personal. Take the woods and range plink them. That's what I'm leaning towards. We've got the Warhammer has 2 PPCs. The Orion has the LB-10X and the LRM-15. Grasshopper has 3 large lasers. Yeah, we should be able to, as you say, range plink them on it. I think the Phoenix Hawk? I don't think the Phoenix Hawk LAM has machine guns. I don't think it carries any ammo at all, unless maybe it's got like an LRM-10? I'm thinking it's got an LRM-10 and like 4 medium lasers. I may be misremembering, but that's what I'm thinking. We'll have the Marauder take this clear path up here, because the Marauder is a close range brawler. It's had its PPCs replaced with medium pulse lasers and SRMs. Okay, so we've got one of our Whitworths, and we've got one of the Mauna Keas. He's gonna save that Phoenix Hawk for last, I'm pretty sure. We'll have the Orion start here. Grasshopper start here. There's the Silverfin, and we'll have the Warhammer start here. Sentinel is going to go rushing ahead, I can tell already. Depends on the version. There was an LRM-10 version. Okay. Well, as soon as we've got eyes on it, we need to check that out. Right, there he is. It's a 585 50 tonner. He's got relatively light armor, actually, especially the arms and legs. The torsos are actually pretty tough. He's got large laser, 2 mediums, and 2 machine guns. I stand corrected. I was thinking of the LRM-10 version, but this thing is much more closely resembling a standard Phoenix Hawk. And of course, the Sentinel's gonna try and get out there in front. Well, what's the worst that can happen? We lose our Sentinel, and that costs us a victory point. All right, can we? checklist this on a 4. We walked. Does that make it any easier? No, it's not. How about we just run without taking our chances? Oh, there's the LAM. Already squaring off against Tentacle Shogun. We need to get in there and we need to... Okay, so he's got a large laser, which we cannot fire back against. Oh wait, that's LRM-15s. On a 12. Alright, let's start with the Marauder. Let's start with range high-low. Let's get the SRMs out here. No one in range, not yet. Let's see, Orion. We've got the Griffin on 12s. We've got the Whitworth on 12s. We've got the Silverfin on 7s. 7s and 11s. 7 and an 11. And because the Orion is so cool, he's not worried about overheating at all. We've got 6s over here. We've got 9s over here. 12s. I'll take the easy shot and try to knock this Silverfin out first and foremost. Not going to build up any heat to do it. We'll see what we got. We've got the on 12s. Silverfin, I think, is going to be pretty close to dead already. He's got no armor. He's taking fire from 2 mechs. Guarantee, well, try to guarantee it on 9s, or we could try to get a lucky hit on the Hunter. You know, we're probably just going to miss anyway. Alright, the Sentinel missing on 8s and 12s. The Mauna Kea missing on a 12. The Orion at the Silverfin missing on 7s and 11s. Phoenix Hawk LAM missing on an 8. The Whitworth missing on 10s. The Mauna Kea missing on 11s. Warhammer at the Silverfin hits it in the front, destroying it. That was quick and easy. Whitworth missing on 12s. The Griffin hitting the Sentinel in the left arm. And LRMs to the right torso and right arm. Hunter missing on a 10. Grasshopper hitting the Silverfin in the front again. Okay, so people building up a little heat. The Phoenix Hawk is at 1. The Whitworth is at 2. The Griffin is at 4. We're still at 100%. Our house officer is already down to 90%. They're still at 100%. Their naval units are down to 93%. Alright. As much as I would love to try to range plink them, I don't think that Sentinel is going to let us. Really want to concentrate that Phoenix Hawk down. But yeah, he's going to have some high TMMs. Especially if he goes changing modes. We get him to fall back? No, he advances. Okay, Saladin needs a 4, gets an 8 for flanking and turning. And where is that Saladin? Yeah, we've got a Saladin here. We've got a Saladin here. This one we've got on 10s. And we've got on 11s. Well, dang, it looks like the 10s are going to be the best shot we've got. Maybe we'll get lucky. Not that we can count on it on 10s. Tentacle Shogun has him on 10s, or if we go damage high level, we've got him on 10s. Hmm. Throw one set of SRMs at him. And it is done. Yeah. If it's that or 11s, you're more likely to hit on a 10, obviously. We've got Phoenix Hawk on 10s again, LBX, and 12s. We're not going to hit anything this turn. Let's see if we can scuttle a Mauna Kea real quick. Alright, Warhammer at the Saladin hits it in the front with one of his PPCs. Hey, landed one on a 10. The Marauder missing everything. The Harasser missing everything. The Orion missing everything. Phoenix Hawk at the Marauder, landing a large laser to the right leg and a medium laser glancing off the left torso. 4s and 6s. Aye. Grasshopper missing on 12s. The Mauna Kea at the Marauder lands a glancing blow off the left arm with the autocannon 10. Whitworth missing on 12s. The Griffin missing on 9s. The Mauna Kea missing on 12s. Alright. Marauder is at 2 heat. The Whitworth is at 2 heat. The Phoenix Hawk is up to 8 heat. He's not going to be able to keep doing that. The Griffin is at 11 heat. They're both suffering targeting penalties at this point. Phoenix Hawk, I think ammo is center torso. I believe you're right. Because it has machine guns in both arms. I think the ammo is centrally located. We've dropped 0.33%, they've dropped 0.26%, so they are, in fact, pulling ahead. Now let's try to regroup a bit. Let's see, the Orion's gonna hang out in these heavy woods. Grasshopper, I think, is going to hang out in these light woods. Overheat that guy and make him explode. I didn't bring any flamers to this fight. Probably shouldn't be giving him a chance to fall back, but he's not going to take it. Saladin needs a 4, gets a 4 for flanking and turning, and he is... Ooh. That's medium range, if I'm not mistaken. He needs a 7. Ouch. That is way too likely to hit, for my taste. We've got him also on 7s. It's going to be 7s and 9s. We'll burn 4 heat on 9s to try to take out a Saladin. We've got the Phoenix Hawk on 7s with the pulse lasers. It's going to be the same with the SRMs. We'll go up to 3 heat, trying to land a crit there. Lord, those LRMs downtown. We've got the Phoenix Hawk on 8s with 8s and 10s, looks like. Yeah. The Grasshopper has like less of a target. We've got the Saladin on 11s. We've got the Hunter on 10s. That's the best we're gonna do. Saladin landing an autocannon 20 hit on the Warhammer's left torso, leaving it with 0 armor. It's a good thing we don't have any ammo in that left torso, being an energy boat. We return fire with 2 PPCs to the right side and the front, destroying it and sinking it in the water. Mauna Kea missing on 12s and 10s. Harasser missing on 6s. Marauder landing a single hit on the Phoenix Hawk's right arm and 6 LRMs, or SRMs, to the arms mainly, right leg and center torso as well. Grasshopper couldn't target the Phoenix Hawk. No LOS, unfortunately. The Phoenix Hawk at the Marauder, landing 2 medium lasers to the right leg and right arm, landing 2 machine guns to the right torso and left arm, both glancing for 1 point each. The Orion at the Phoenix Hawk, missing with the LBX, but landing a medium laser on that right arm, leaving it with 3 structure. LRMs, 12 LRMs to the right torso, right leg, and left torso. And 3 SRMs to the left arm and center torso. My paint got scratched. Indeed, it did. Just a little bit. Give better than you got, though, I think. The Mauna Kea missing on an 11, the Whitworth missing on 12s, the Grasshopper hitting the Hunter in the left side critical and destroying the engine, immobilizing it. And the Griffin missing the Marauder, the Hunter missing the Marauder, the Mauna Kea missing the Marauder. Warhammer needs 5 for taking 20 plus damage, gets a 10. Phoenix Hawk needs a 3 for getting 40 plus damage, gets a 6. Warhammer and Marauder are at 4 and 3 heat. The Whitworth is at 4 heat. The Phoenix Hawk is at 7. The Griffin is at 7. We've 1 initiative going into round 4. We're at 98, almost 99% of our forces. They're down to 88% of their forces, roughly. Yeah, let's continue advancing at a non-reckless run. Phoenix Hawk with those heat sinks is terrible. I agree. That large laser and the jump jets do not mix well with 10 single heat sinks. The 2 medium lasers don't help either. Alright, these Mauna Keas are really harshing my buzz. Those LRMs and autocannons. Be careful the Phoenix Hawk doesn't sneak in behind someone. Yeah, because if he does, he's going to land everything he fires. I'm thinking backup tentacle Shogun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can get in our left arc, but not behind us. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping he does get in that left arc, because we can just turn and pulse laser him to death. The Orion's gonna hang out in the heavy woods. Grasshopper. Oof. Does the Grasshopper get in behind him? Or does the Grasshopper try to get on his right side where he can take out that large laser? That right arm is already badly damaged. Left Shogun till last. Kick him? Yeah, that's the plan. Phoenix Hawk needs a 0 for entering depth 1 water, gets a 7. Alright, starting with the big guns, like always. We've got the Wasp on 10s, or we've got the Harasser on, looks like 8s. I think that's going to be the Harasser on 8s. And that's heat neutral. Works for me. Let's see. The Orion has the next biggest gun. We've got the Wasp on 8s. We've got the Harasser on 6s. 6s and with the medium lasers. Or we've got the Phoenix Hawk on 7s. That's also really tempting. We'll go 7, 7, 7. Throw in the 11. Skip the LRMs for now. See if we got a better target for those. Yeah, we do. 10 is better than 11. Is the Phoenix Hawk in the Orion's back arc? No. The Orion's back arc is going to extend into this hex, these 3 hexes, and then these 5 hexes, I believe. Phoenix Hawk is squarely in his left arc. That said, he's got more jumping movement points than any of my guys, so he could be in anyone's back arc next turn. Even if we reckless, it's probably going to happen. Ookpick, how's it going? Sorry I dropped in late. You running a new build of MekHQ that came out today? I've heard about it, but no, I'm not running it. I'm actually still running 49.7, so I'm a couple versions behind. Excuse me. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm still feeling a little under the weather. Tentacle Shogun at the Phoenix Hawk and the front arc on... Wait. Marauder. Phoenix Hawk on 5s. And yeah, you did drop in a bit late. We've got about 20 minutes and change left in the stream. So unfortunately, you've missed a significant part of the action. If you take out that Phoenix Hawk, is that a win? He is worth like 3,000 points in some. 3,600 almost. How many points did they bring to the table? I think it was 11,000. I don't know how to bring that back up again. I don't think it'd quite be a victory, but it would be a major step in the right direction. We could, I don't know, we're not going to knock him down. He's too good of a pilot for that. We'll be close. Okay, just wondering. Certainly worth overkill. Oh, yeah. The only other targets we really have are the Wasp. We've got the Monoke on 14s. We've got the Whitworth on 14s. We've got this guy on 12s. This guy on 14s. No. 9s is going to be the best shot we have. We're going to take 2 large lasers and 4 mediums. Alright, Mauna Kea, missing the Marauder on an 11. I'm streaming Friday in Oz. Oh, well, my apologies. I thought it was Thursday. Sentinel. Landing a small laser to the Phoenix Hawk's left arm for no crit. And narrowly avoided a possible ammo feed jam on the SRM-2. That must be a quirk that I'm less familiar with. It's Friday here. Okay, well, I stand corrected. Let's see, the Harasser missing on 7s. Warhammer on 8s hits it in the left side critical, leaving it with 0 armor. Small laser to the left side, destroying it. Okay. So that's the Harasser down. The Wasp landing 2 SRMs to the Warhammer's left leg and arm. Glad that wasn't the left torso. The Phoenix Hawk LAM landing the large laser on the Marauder's left torso, medium lasers to the left leg and right torso, machine guns to the left arm and left leg. So that is the full barrage. That's 22 points of damage from him. The Orion at the Phoenix Hawk hits it in the center torso with the LBX. Hits it with 4 SRMs to the left arm, right torso, and right arm, critting on the upper arm. So that's 2 of his lasers less accurate. The Whitworth landing 6 LRMs to the left torso and right leg of Marauder. Mauna Kea missing on 12s. The Marauder at the Phoenix Hawk landing pulse laser to the right arm, which transfers to the right torso, leaving him with 6 armor. Missing the next 3 on 5s. Medium pulse laser to the left leg, which is underwater. The Griffin missing on a 12. The Grasshopper missing on 9s. Marauder needs a 5, gets a 6. The Phoenix Hawk needs a 2, gets a 12. That could not have been any more extreme. Those pulse lasers are certainly broken. 3, 4, 4 when I needed 5s. That said, we did take out his right arm. That's pretty major. That leaves him with a medium laser and a machine gun. And, oh yeah, we're also going to be trying to kick him on 7s. And 8s. Yeah, we'll try on an 8. The Sentinel kicks the Phoenix Hawk in the left torso. The Marauder kicks the Phoenix Hawk in the head for 15 damage. Well, so much for trying to recruit that pilot. We went for the kick, and the kick worked. Grasshopper kicks him in the right torso as well, so he is down and out. Alright, the Marauder's at 4 heat, Grasshopper's at 1 heat, the Whitworth is at 4, the Griffin is at 3, the Wasp is at 1, and they are at 55% of their forces remaining. So, we might have missed 3 out of 5 on 5s. But we did land a 7 and an 8, and we got the crit. I mean, not technically a crit, but it was still a head-head. Almost a win. We need to get them down to 50%, right? Yeah. Well, 50% of their combined forces. So we do need to take out about another 1,400, I think, of the naval units, plus getting the primary outfor down to 55 and change. Kick to the head. The Marauder wanted to keep that mech and make it salvageable. Unfortunately, we don't get salvage on this contract. We're doing exchange rights. Okay, so we've cleared this little area of the map of baddies, which is good. I'll pay for an ER large laser anyway. Who signed up for this mission? We all did. Don't you remember? Okay, but that is a major threat off the board. Now all we need to find is a way to get this other Saladin down here. Alright, and we've got reinforcements showing up in 3 more turns. So I'll go ahead, we'll have Scarponi back up. Show him the Marauder. The Marauder is pretty sick. It's relatively well armored, low profile quirk, obviously. 5 medium pulse lasers, and the heat sinks to use them, a flamer, and 6 SRM6s, and the ammo to use them. It's it's really, really effective at close range. Unfortunately, it does sacrifice all of the Marauder's sniping ability to do it, which does make it a little more difficult to use, but the jump jets help. The jump jets definitely make it to where it can be more maneuverable in situations like this. And yeah, the rest of the lance is pretty well equipped for long range battle. We've got PPCs on the Warhammer, we've got the autocannon and LRMs on the Orion, we've got large lasers on the Grasshopper. Alright, what is this Wasp trying to do? And is our next target the Hunter or the Saladin? The Orion's gonna sit still in those heavy woods. The Saladin needs a 4 for flanking and turning, gets a 6. The Wasp is on Scarpone's right flank and is getting fired on by the Sentinel, apparently. Alright, we don't have eyes on the Saladin from here. Yeah, I'm planning on killing the Saladins at the first opportunity. So we've got the Wasp on 7s. We can do all the mediums and all the smalls and still be 5 heat under. We could trade one of the smalls for a PPC. And that would put us at 34 heat. But is it worth it? 16% of 10 damage is 1.6 damage. 50% of 3 damage is about 1.5 damage. So it's about the same damage potential, or I should say potential damage. But it puts us at 4 heat over. Does Scarponi have eyes on the Hunter? Does no. Sorry. No, he didn't. No, he didn't have eyes on really anyone except the Wasp, or I would have taken a shot. Let's see. Medical Shogun also has, looks like, no shot on anyone right now. We've got the Griffin on 15s, we've got the Wasp on 13s. Let's see. The Orion has the Saladin on 9s. Oh, we're gonna turn that into 8. I would really like to land a cluster munition on that Saladin, especially if we get a good roll on the cluster table. We could really slow him down. Basically take him out of the fight. And the Grasshopper. We've got the Griffin on 12s. We've got the Mauna Kea on 9s. Can we sink a Mauna Kea real quick? That would be fantastic. Alright, Sentinel hits the Wasp in the left leg with his autocannon, leaving it with 0 armor. Mauna Kea at the Grasshopper, missing on 10s. Warhammer at the Wasp, hitting him in the right arm, hitting him in the center torso, and center torso. There goes the Wasp. LBX is a vehicle destroyer. That's the plan. Mauna Kea missing the Wasp, hitting the Warhammer in the right arm with a medium laser, and an SRM to the right arm, which costs us an edge to avoid a head hit. Whitworth missing on 11s, the Orion missing on 8s and 9s. Mauna Kea missing on 10s, 11s and 9s, the Whitworth missing on 12s. Grasshopper at the Mauna Kea hits it in the left side, costing it a movement point. But not getting the breach. The Griffin missing on 8s. And hopefully we're going to run them out of ammo before too much longer. All of our boys are cool. The Sentinel is cool. The Whitworth is at 6 heat. The Griffin is at 10 heat. Wow, he earned 19 points this turn. We're at 98%. They're at 51%, plus their naval units. All right. We got reinforcements landing in 2 turns. Sentinel starting to make a move again. We've got the Saladin hasn't yet to move. He's got 12 movement points. That's enough to go very far. I would like the Sentinel to go first. Or worst case scenario, maybe we can get eyes on that Hunter. Not without moving reckless, it doesn't look like. We can walk forward 4 hexes recklessly and get eyes on the Hunter. That's going to be medium range for the PPCs, but maybe we can get the kill. Needs a 4, gets the 4. Alright. Tentacle. Maybe save you for last. Ryan, we're gonna stand you still so you get the best targeting you can get. Grasshopper maybe advances. Try to shoo that Saladin out somewhere. Oh, the Saladin's falling back. They're not interested in engaging. Needed a 4, got a 7, so that's all well and good. Got the Hunter on 5s. We've got the Whitworth on 9s. Got the Scimitar on 12s. Which side of this Hunter is damaged? The left side, which we can hit on 5s, looks like, and 7s. Go ahead and burn 4 of those, put us at 3 heat. Do we have any SRMs that can hit him on 10s? Yeah, just to keep the heat up a little bit. Because we're not really worried about the ammunition. Maybe we'll get the kill. Got the Saladin on 9s with the LBX. The Whitworth on 6s or 7s, depending on which ammo we're using. Yeah, let's try and immobilize that Saladin again. That's going to be a 9 and I think a 10. Yeah. It's not likely to hit, but if it does, it could be devastating. We've got the Grasshopper at the Mauna Kea on 9s again. I don't see anything better. Alright, Mauna Kea at the Grasshopper missing on 9s and 11s. The Sentinel missing on an 11. Mauna Kea at the Sentinel hits it in the right torso, critting on the SRM2 ammo. Sentinel is no more. Can't say I'm surprised. I didn't expect him to survive. Warhammer at the Hunter hits it in the left side twice, destroying it, and then follows that up with a couple of medium lasers, just for fun. I know, I was doing so well. He was staying out of combat. He was not running out in front like an idiot. Oh man, Sentinels are just they're bad mechs. They don't have the speed to be evasive. They don't have the armor to not be evasive. And they don't have the firepower that I want. And it has the ammunition, which proved to be deadly this time. Still firing on the Hunter. That's moot. Whitworth at the Marauder, landing 4 LRMs to the right arm. Mauna Kea missing on 10s and 8s. The Orion at the Saladin, landing 12 LRMs to the front and left side, immobilizing the Saladin. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
The Grasshopper at the Mauna Kea, landing 2 large lasers to the front, leaving it with 39 armor. Not breaching and not critting. Alright, Warhammer is at 3 heat, the Whitworth is at 7, the Griffin is at 7 as well. We've lost initiative quite badly going into round 7. We're at 97%, they're at 44%. So their total is what, 75, 78? So yeah, they're not at 50% yet. Not yet. Their current battle value is 75, 78. Twice of which would be 15,000 and change, and they started with less than 15,000, so they're definitely not at half yet. That said, I might run just a little bit long to try to finish this mission. If I can knock it out in like a turn or two, that would be ideal. And to think, when I started the stream, I was worried about having to cut it early. Alright, let's go ahead and advance. Let's get some medium lasers into the action against these Mauna Keas. These Mauna Keas are just such long range. They're good at long range. The autocannon 10 is not a short range weapon. The LRMs are powerful. They've really been beating up on us. Jump and try to be evasive, I think. Yeah. Alright, let's maybe try to take some shots on that Griffin as well. The Orion can finally start advancing as well. Alright, we don't have eyes on the Saladin from here, but we do have eyes on the Griffin on 10s, though. This is not ideal. Got him on 12s, even with the pulse bonus. The Orion at the Saladin. Need to hit him in the left side for 7 or the front for 11. Yeah, if we can land that, that'll kill him immediately. We'll go ahead and throw those in as well. Put that in, and we'll throw in the SRMs just in case. The Grasshopper has the Saladin on 5s, has the Griffin on 10s, has the Mauna Kea on 7s. Let's try and sink this guy. Oh, and 11s. Build up a couple points of heat for that. Warhammer missing on 10s, Scimitar missing on 11, the Marauder missing on 12s, Mauna Kea missing on 8s, the Orion at the Saladin hits it in the front with the LBX and follows that with a medium laser. Works for me. That's a kill as good as any I've seen. The Grasshopper missing the Mauna Kea with everything except a medium laser, costing it 4 points of armor off the front, down to 35. The Mauna Kea hitting the left leg of the Orion on 11, leaving him with 22 armor. Whitworth landing 8 LRMs to the left torso, right arm. Griffin missing on a 7. Mauna Kea at the Grasshopper hitting 9 LRMs to the left torso and right arm. And then 9 more to the left torso and center torso. Alright. The Whitworth's heat is getting out of hand. The Griffin's heat is getting under control. Pilot stays unconscious. They're down to... I might have to bust out my calculator for this one. Let me see. That's going to be, open parentheses, 48, 28 plus 25, 60. Close parentheses divided by open parentheses 11, 152 plus 29, 38. Close parentheses. They are at 52.43% of their combined battle value still. Let's give it one more turn. Oh, it's our turn to deploy now? You don't say. Where? I wish I could center this better, but that's as far as it'll go over. We've got an Atlas, an Archer. This is Wyvern's Archer with the SRMs and the busted arm. We've got a Rifleman and a Banshee. I think I want the Banshee to be as close as possible. That's going to be here. Lucky you put the arm back on the Archer. Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't get blown right back off because it's got no armor. Let's see. The Atlas can advance down this column. Works for me. The Rifleman can follow. No. No, he's going to have to pass him. We can go down this column, right? Yeah, there's a path there. Up to these heavy woods at least. And then the close range archer, start there. Alright, let's start with these guys. And let's start with getting them reckless. And falling as fast as they can fall. I know I'm taking a lot of chances with these fours. Alright. We only need to cost them a couple hundred more points. This Mauna Kea did not move. This is the one with the 2 LRMs? No, that's not. It has the 2. Must be one of those two. I don't see any others. Hmm. I think it's worth recklessing into these woods. That gives us an extra evasion. Not sure. Hmm. Wrong. One Lightwood. Alright, everyone succeeds, if just barely. The Rifleman and the Banshee both needed 4s and got 5s. Alright, we got the Skulker on 5s, or this Mauna Kea on 6s. It's gonna be a 6 and some 8s, I think, actually. Try to get that breach. I'll throw in a 12 just to be heat neutral. We've got the Scimitar on 11s. Definitely 11s. Let's try and go for some missile spam. Up to 3 heat for that. Let's see, the Orion. LBXs would be particularly effective against naval because of all the breach chances, right? I'll go with the mediums. We'll skip the small LRMs, the SRMs, and the LBX on an 8. Try to spread the damage out a little bit so we can hopefully sink more than one of them this turn if we get lucky. We've got this guy on 8s and 10s. We'll throw in 2 10s. Immobilized boats sink. I don't think so. I think you have to actually breach the armor to sink a boat without killing it. Immobilized hover vehicles on water do sink. And unfortunately, I don't see the opportunity to do that here with the scimitar on land. Yeah. I'm not sure if immobilized boats sink or not. 14. Do we have anything with the LRMs? Got a 12 or an 11. Take an 11. Wyvern doesn't have anyone in range. The rifleman doesn't have any targets in range. Let's see with the large lasers. What about the autocannons? Got the Griffin on 15s. That's not going to cut it. And Petra in the Banshee has PPCs. She can also try to wail on this Mauna Kea on 11s. And a 10 with some cluster munitions. Maybe we'll get lucky. Never know. The Skulker, missing the Warhammer with a 2. The Warhammer at the Mauna Kea hits it in the front, costing it a movement point, but leaving it with 45 armor. Medium lasers, missing. Medium lasers to the front, times 2, down to 35 armor. Scimitar missing on an 11. Marauder missing on 11s. Mauna Kea at the Grasshopper, landing 9 LRMs to the left torso and head, forcing his first consciousness check. Her first consciousness check. Needs a 3, gets a 10. Orion, missing on 11s and 9s. Landing the LBX. Possible breach. Critical hit on turret, no effect, no breach. So yeah, LBXs apparently are pretty effective against naval vehicles, but in this case we didn't get any love. The Grasshopper at the Mauna Kea on 8s hits it in the turret twice, down to 39 armor there. The Whitworth missing on an 11, the Atlas missing on an 11. Mauna Kea at the Grasshopper, landing 15 LRMs to the left torso, center torso, and head, forcing the second consciousness check, which she does not succeed at. Needs a 5, gets a 3. Whitworth at the Grasshopper, landing 6 LRMs to the right arm and center torso. Griffin at the Grasshopper, missing on a 10. Banshee missing on 11s and 10s. The Mauna Kea missing on 10s. Grasshopper automatically falls, takes 7 damage to the left arm and right torso, and giving her 3rd hit. So she's going to need a 7 now to wake up. We've got the Marauder at 3 heat. We've got the Grasshopper at 4 heat. Everyone else is running cool. The Whitworths are at 6 and 7 heat respectively, and the Griffin is cooled down to 0. They are down to, let me check my numbers again. 48, 28 didn't actually change. 23, 12. They are at 50.67% of their forces. And this is going to get ugly. LB-Hex are good against naval vehicles, aircraft vehicles, infantry, and mechs with missing armor. It's all around a great weapon. Yeah, I agree. That said, what are we going to do with this grasshopper? It's going to be a huge target. Oof. I hope we don't end up having to replace a head. And, a pilot. Maybe we could. That gives them some alternative targets. Oh no. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. Atlas needs a 4, gets a 2, falls on its right torso for 10 damage. Destroyed the searchlight and avoided pilot damage. Okay, well. We can try to get up on a 4? Yes, we can. Needs 3, hopefully we can do that. Forgot to silence my phone before we went live. We've got Yarvik, who's going to need a 4. And Petra is going to need a 4 as well. Okay, well, the Whitworth needed a 3 for entering depth 1 water. Everything else succeeded. We've got the Skulker on 6s, or we've got, I think, the Mauna Kea on 6s. 6s and 8s. 6s and 8s it is. Tentacle Shogun at the Mauna Kea on 8s as well. Go up to 3 heat for that. Oh yeah, Grasshopper is taking some heavy fire. We've got the Scimitar on 5s. Yeah, we're more likely to immobilize the Scimitar than we are to get a breach on the Mauna Kea. Is there a Scimitar on the water? Yes, that is exactly what you're looking at. That's exactly what I was just looking at too. That's going to be 8s and a 12, a 9, and an 8, and a 5. And it's that 5 I'm counting on, because that could potentially be 10 hits. Alright, Grasshopper's got no ability to act. Alright. We've got an Atlas with LBXs and LRMs. Maybe we can sink a Mauna Kea if we get super duper lucky. Alright, we've got this guy on 10s. Looks like that's going to be our best shot. We've got the Skulker on 9s, looks like. Is going to be our best shot here. An 8. Maybe we'll immobilize him with a shot in the rear. Alright, Mauna Kea at the Grasshopper. Hits it in the right torso and the right arm. Skulker at the Warhammer. Hits it in the right arm. Warhammer at the Mauna Kea. Hits it in the turret, the left side. Front, destroying a stabilizer. and the turret, and the left side immobilizing it. Immobilizing it, but not sinking it, presumably. No breaches. The Scimitar landing autocannon 5 on the Grasshopper's right leg, SRMs to the right arm and center torso, left leg as well. Marauder at the Mauna Kea hits it in the left side with a pulse laser, costing it a minor motive system damage. And then 6 damage to the rear as well, costing it a movement point and moderate damage to the motive system. Mauna Kea at the Grasshopper hits it in the left leg, hits it in the head with LRMs. That is the Grasshopper down and out. Critical hit on the cockpit as well. And you can say goodbye to Lieutenant Senior Grade Anita Ben Israel. She was a good pilot. We didn't know her very well, but she was decently skilled. So yeah, that sucks. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to fix that. We're gonna have to replace her. Oh, that's a shame. Wish we could have finished this battle one turn earlier. Then we wouldn't have had to worry about that. Alright, moving on. The Orion at the Scimitar, hovering over the water, lands 9 LRMs to the front, immobilizing it and sending it to a watery grave. Exactly what I was hoping would happen. The Skulker missing on a 12. The Whitworth landing 8 LRMs on the Grasshopper, plus 6 LRMs to the Grasshopper. The Alice at the Mauna Kea missing on 12s and 11s. The Mauna Kea hitting the Grasshopper. It's just going to need all kinds of work. It's going to need an arm now. It's going to need, a double heat sink. Arm blown off. Yeah, that Grasshopper's going to need so much repairs. Rifleman missing on 10s. The Griffin hitting the Grasshopper in the right leg with literally everything. PPC and all 10 LRMs all to the right leg. Critting on his hip. Her hip. What was her hip? And alright. So all of our team is running cool except for the Marauder. They're running at 7, 5, and 7 heat respectively. Our house officer pilot stays unconscious. And now I think we should be able to call it. Let me just check these numbers. 4353. Okay. And 1974. Yes, they are at 44.90% of their forces. So yeah, now we can finally declare a victory. Again, wish it could have been a turn earlier. But yes, we have successfully broken through, for what that's worth. Need to buy a new Grasshopper. I don't know if we need to buy a new one. Did we control the battlefield? That's actually kind of tricky. We didn't, our objective was to break through, and I guess we successfully did that, but did we obliterate them? Did we leave no man standing? No, not exactly. Would we like to try that? Not really. Yeah, we might need a new Grasshopper. What shape is this thing in anyways? Missing a head. Left torso damaged, right arm gone, right leg needing to be replaced. I mean, other than the double heat sinks, this thing didn't actually have any high tech in it. So it's pretty replaceable. Damage wasn't that bad. Other than needing an arm, a leg, and a head, we didn't really lose too much. I mean, it's down a medium laser. The thing is, though, did we get to recover it? There were still more bad guys hanging around than I want to tangle with to try to recover a grasshopper necessarily. Tough call, tough call. Meantime, the Marauder took some armor damage. Everyone else is pretty much undamaged. Anita, of course, was KIA. Everyone else is uninjured. Alright, and MVP looks like it was Scarponi with the Saladin, the Silverfin, the Wasp, the Hunter, and the Harasser. Aaron Limbrick in second with the Scimitar and the Saladin, and Tentacle Shogun in third with the Phoenix Hawk. We controlled the battlefield with the relief force being there. That is true. We did have reinforcements. That said, I think all of the salvage is at the bottom of the river. So, I don't know that any of it's going to be recoverable. Reach the north edge. Yes, we did that. We did not preserve the Sentinel. We did preserve 50% of our total forces. Okay, destroyer route 50% check, reach the destination edge with 50% check, preserve 100% fail, preserve 50% check. What kind of victory is that? Is that a Pyrrhic victory? Is that a marginal victory? I'm just going to call it a victory for now. And yes, that's going to cost us 300 C-bills, 300,000 C-bills. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to call the campaign for tonight. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Link to the Discord is in my bio. And we are going to raid Big Fluffy 10,000. So, thank you all for joining me. It's been a wonderful pleasure having you all. Hope we can do this again next week. Yeah, that's about all I got. So we're gonna go ahead and one viewer is ready to raid in 6 seconds. 3 viewers. Okay. We can raid them now. Cheers for the stream. Yeah. Hope you feel better soon. I'm already feeling much better. Thanks you. Thank you. And we'll see you next week. Have a good night.